just like the Back to the Grill with MC Search. I was on that. I actually spit a verse, me and Akinelli and this cat named the Riddler, and and the same guy who did the beat to Back to the Grill, he did my song. I did a song. I did two songs that he produced called "Lung Collapse and Lyrics" and "Putting Heads in Bed." My "Lung Collapse and Lyrics," and before Lord Finesse was a producer himself, he actually was trying to get a follow up single, which was the "Yes You May" and his "Party Over Here" remix, and he was trying to get a second single, but he didn't produce. And at the time, I guess he couldn't probably get like Diamond and Show at the time. So I told him, I suggested, yo, why don't you reach out to my man T Ray? And he reached out to T Ray, and T Ray is the one who produced that "Yes You May" remix and the "Party Over Here" remix. So he's the same guy who did my song "Don't Collapse" on lyrics and putting heads to bed. And also he produced for Artifacts, I believe, the Wrong Side of Tracks, a few of these songs, Double X Posse. He went on to make Grammys and stuff. This guy T Ray. His name is T Ray, Todd Ray. Look him up on Wikipedia. You can see a lot of stuff he produced and accolades.
Oh wow! Shout out to the Artifacts Team One Sensei. Wow, man, that's phenomenal. Now, what happened with Back to the Grill again? Because I seen the interview with Search. He had kind of shouted you out. Well, he shouted out everybody that it was supposed to be like a remix or the original version.
Well, right before the song came out, so this is how it went. The backstory. And I always say this because it was really because of my cousin. I have a cousin named Taiwan, but in school they called him Benny. So when I used to go to Stretch Armstrong, I was one of the first guests Stretch and Bobito ever had on their show. I was invited to their second show in the air. I didn't come. So Lord Sear was the one who invited me. He told me about his people who's got the show at Columbia University, and they would be down to play my record because I only had that one song, "Let the Homicides Begin," which came out in 1988. So he said, "Yeah, man, come to the show. They'll play it and probably interview you." So I just didn't show up. So he came, "Yo, what happened? I thought you were gonna come. Why don't you come this week?" So I came down there. When I came for the first time, it was their third show on the air. Every Thursday they came on. But when I came down there, Large Professor was there, who I met at Pete Rock House, hanging with my DJ and my partner, rap partner. So we just the DJs hanging around each other, digging and crate digging and beat juggling, on turntable. But that's where I met Large Professor. So when I went to Stretch Armstrong's show for the first time, Large Professor was there, and he remembered me from Pete Rock House. So instead of Stretch having us rhyme separately, he threw us all on together, put us on the mic together. So if you ever saw Stretch and Bobito's movie, Radio That Changed Lives, that's the actual footage of our first time down there. So the rhyme that Large Professor, when I came to the radio station, he was writing a rhyme on the paper. But this is how it all stemmed, how I met MC Search. But anyway, one of my cousin Benny in Taiwan, had told Akinelli, because he went to school with Large Professor and Akinelli. But he told him that he was related to me because I'm from the Bronx and my cousin from Queens. He probably really didn't believe him. So off the air, when I was on Stretch and Barbito's show, he had, said Barbito was like, "Yo, Perce, you got a phone call." So I got on the phone. But who this is? This is Akinelli. Yo, this Percee P. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yo, what's up? You got a cousin?" I said, "Yeah, my cousin Taiwan. Yeah, he told me he knew y'all." I said, "Yeah, yeah." He said, I want to meet you. I want to meet you." I said, "Yeah, I want you to come down to Big Beat Records. I'll let you hear my new upcoming maxi single that's coming out." So when he came down there, he brought Nas with him. He had Nas with him. I didn't know that, but he came with Nas. So I was letting him listen to my songs, that 3 songs. "Now They Want to See Me," "Putting Heads to Bed," and "Lung Collapse and Lyrics." And while we was at the record label, Big Beat Records, T-Ray called, the producer I was working. He was working in Chung King studio with MC Search. And he said, "Yo, y'all still at Big Beat? Why don't y'all come down to Chung King? We need a hook. We need some voices for the hook for MC Search song." And the hook that we recorded, is for his song called "Here It Comes" remix. So if you ever hear his song "Here It Comes," that's us singing the hook to it, the remix though. So after we did the hook, Search was like, "Yo, man, that'd be crazy. Why don't y'all drop a verse to this beat," which was "Back to the Grill." He pulled it up. We all dropped the verse. I dropped the verse. I can only drop the verse. Nas, Willa, all of us dropped. But we didn't know when it was going to drop, when it was going to come out and be released. But when it was released, I wasn't on the song. Akinelli wasn't on it. Ridley wasn't on it. Nas was on the song. Red Hot Level Tone, Chuck Rock. So much love. But I actually was recorded a verse for that. before I'm talking about before the video and everything came out. So I was just one of the artists that maybe he asked to get a verse from, and but I could tell you I didn't spit nothing whack. If you listen to me, if you heard me wrong from back then, trust me, I didn't spit nothing. So I always felt it was more politics than lack of talent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I know it wasn't nothing to do with the lyrics, but I know you probably killed it like you done killed everything else I done heard you in. But I wanted to ask you this. Now, did you interact with Nas, during that studio session, and did you interact with him later on? Because he grew to be like to a lot of people that's their favorite rapper in the world. He one of the best lyricists. So
He was kind of laid back, like he always seemed to be like a laid back cat. So he was mad cool, laid back. We wasn't really talking because I ain't really know him like that. He was invited to Big B with Akinelli, where he just came with Ak, but we was all meeting each other for the first time. So I didn't say, "Yo, give me your number," but it was more like we heard of each other, I guess, through the radio. You know what I'm saying? But I never really got his information. Now I remember one time, the last time I saw him in person where he acknowledged me was at a Rock the Bells. If you ever go on my YouTube playlist, like I said, my YouTube playlist, Percee P songs and features, or Percee P Real Recognize Real, you'll see how I put little clips, and there's not all of live clips of me performing, but I did put clips of me from different tours and even flyers for tours. And so there's a flyer for the Rock the Bells that was out on the West Coast, and I believe it was probably like the third Rock the Bells they ever had. And Nas was on it, Ghostface, um, um, a whole bunch of heads on it. You know what I'm saying? Raekwon, like a whole bunch of heads. But that's why I saw him when I was backstage. Access. We was just walking around. All the artists had their little tents areas, but I was walking, and I did see him coming towards me, and I just spoke to him. He probably didn't recognize me by face, but when I said my name, he's like, "Oh, what's up?" Gave a little chuckle, with hug. "Yo, man, word, much respect, fam, much respect for the old school." Like that, and that's the last time I ever saw Nas, like in person. But he did acknowledge me. It wasn't like, "Yo, let me get your man." It was just more like I just spoke and said my name, and he like, "Oh, shit, word, word," you know.